Hey everyone, how's it going? If you can't tell, we're up in the field. This is the first time having my truck up here. I've got the road dug out well enough that I was actually able to get it up here. So I've parked it up here in the shade, ate lunch up here. Pretty cool feeling. But anyway, if you guys aren't familiar with my channel, I bought this property for really cheap and fixing it up myself. And my latest project has been building the road up to this field that I have up on the upper portion of my property. But anyway, I wanted to do a video going over my everyday carry items. It's some stuff that I'm pretty interested in, and I think a lot of people are always interested to hear about, you know, what other people, especially considering that I'm a younger tradesman, and pretty much everything that I carry is related to that. Just getting into the stuff that's just typically, I don't carry like a backpack or a fanny pack or anything. It's just the stuff that I keep in my pockets. I figure you guys can see my pants pretty well. I'm always wearing some type of Duluth work pant. In the summer, it has always been the Coolmax pants. That's what I'm wearing right now. So they discontinued the Coolmax pants a few months ago, and then they just came out with the sweat management pants. So that's what I've been wearing recently. The reason I bring that up is that the Coolmax pants have this pencil dividing pocket that I really like a lot. And so in this pocket, I keep just a regular ballpoint pen, and then a Sharpie, and then just a regular number 2 pencil. I've tried all types of different pencils, and most of them just aren't worth it. You end up losing them. You get an expensive one, you end up losing it. Carpenter pencil doesn't have an eraser, so I just keep a full box of these at my house and a full box of them at work in my work truck, and that's what I stick with. Next, in this pocket right next to it, I've for the last like 2 years, I've been carrying a flashlight. It's been this little Amazon small flashlight that's rechargeable. It's pretty good. It's just a cheap one, but I recently decided to make the switch to the top of the line Olight. This is the Olight Arcfield Pro. So you can see it's a little bit big, especially compared to that one that I used to carry, but this is 20 times the flashlight that this one is. So it has a laser pointer, and it has a UV light, or a blue UV light. If that's useful to you, it's not really to me. And then strobe function. And then you can see this function is the, can't remember what it's called. This is turbo, I'm pretty sure. And that's hot, actually. I'm shining that on my hand. It's like a hot light. This is 1100 lumens in this function. So yeah, it's rechargeable through a magnetic wireless charger. So right here on the bottom, it comes with a little charger that you just snap onto it, and then it charges, or you don't snap it on, it snaps on itself because it's magnetic, and it recharges it. It's pretty slim. I mean, I've had it in my pocket all day. I honestly haven't noticed it. When I first got it, I was like, wow, that's bigger than I thought it was going to be. And it's a little bit, it felt kind of heavy, but it's been in my pocket all day. I haven't noticed it. But another one of the main things that I really like about these flashlights is you can see that clip design, how it's rounded here for going onto your pockets, but then it also has the second clip that comes back. That is so you can open that up and slide it onto your hat, and then it makes a improvised headlight. Which this one, my hat's not quite tight enough to have my mic and this on my brim without it pivoting forward. You could also do it the other direction. It slides on there a little bit farther. If my sunglasses weren't in the way, that's not helping the cause. But yeah, you do it like that. This is actually a pretty useful mode. I use this one and that other flashlight like this pretty often at work when I end up in a dark room or something and I need to work with both hands. This is a lot better than holding your flashlight in your mouth like I've done a lot in the past. I really like it, and I really like Olight. I decided to get this Olight for an E.D.C flashlight because I have one of their lights with the laser integrated, and I really have been liking that thing a lot. I'm very accurate with it when I put that laser on anything, and the light is very bright. It's got different mode settings. It's really easy to turn on and off. I've got it on this. I decided to try out one of their E.D.C flashlights because ever since I started carrying a flashlight, probably like 4 years ago, I think I said 2 years earlier, but I actually think it's been more like 4 years that I've been carrying a flashlight in my pocket. I can't go back to not having one. Every day, even on the weekends, I've always got a flashlight on me because it's just, as soon as you see how useful it is always having a flashlight, and you're working on dark stuff. When I'm working like inside of doors and I'm looking at the parts and mechanisms it helps so much to have a flashlight on me. So I recommend anyone that does any type of work. I really recommend basically everyone carry a flashlight, because you're in the dark at some point, even if it's just going around your house. Okay, so I'll have to throw this into the E.D.C video, but I'm working on a pretty frustrating thing here. The PTO won't disengage on the tractor and it's getting dark. But I just noticed I was trying to hold my flashlight and work while I was talking about, and I took my hat off because I'm so hot. And I started thinking, you know, that's a wireless magnetic charger. I wonder if it'll stick, and it does. It's strong. That's nice, that's perfect. It shines right on where I'm working on. Doesn't fix the situation I'm in, but figured I'd throw that in there. If you're not like a tradesman or something, Olight also sells flashlights that are like this size. I would get one of those. And if you like quality items, I would go with Olight. So in this upper pocket, it's just my wallet and keys. So nothing interesting there. In my upper pocket, in this pocket, it's usually my phone, but I'm recording with it. And then I just have my AirPod Pros, which I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks on while I work on the house. And then these are the Climb ear protectors. They sell these as a kit. It's like this case. The whole reason I bought it is just because of this case. And then there's six or seven pairs of earplugs come with them, but I've decided to make that a regular thing that I carry with me everywhere, because I'm just around loud stuff too often. It's either a loud machine or a saw cutting, or a guy cutting concrete, or a guy grinding concrete, or a generator, or a train. We got a job site right now. It's right on the side of the train tracks. I put my earplugs in like 4 times a day ever since I started carrying these in my pocket. I've always had them in my truck or my toolbox, and there's a lot of the times that something's just going to be loud for like 2 minutes. It's not quite worth it to go out to the truck and get your earplugs, but if they're in your pocket, you're a lot more likely to just put them on and put them in. Your hearing is one of those things you can't get back, so you have to take care of it while you have it. So earplugs go in the pocket every single day, no matter where I'm going. Even if I'm, you never know, you're going to be somewhere with loud music or whatever. It makes sense. This is the Milwaukee Fastback, the one that has the extra blade storage for 5 blades. I can tell you confidently that this is the best utility knife on the market right now, at least for my situation. A lot of people like the one with the little screwdriver that pops out of the back. That one's just not really necessary to me because I've got those bases covered with other tools that I carry on me. I much prefer to just have one with the extra blade storage, because I've got other screwdrivers I carry on me. This is the slimmest, lightest, best working utility knife blade that I've come across. This pocket clip pretty much doesn't bend. It's one hand open easily. It's not hard to flip open and close. They last. I had one for like 2 years and I lost it. I lost it right here at the house. It's somewhere right there in the carport, but I can't find it. Well, I'm going to have to add this to the E.D.C video. I just lost my mic. I dropped it somewhere in the yard and I was walking around looking all over the place where I've been. And look at this. It's my old Fastback I was talking about in that video. It doesn't move very freely. It does still open, but I can't open it with one hand. I'm sure I can oil that up and it'll come right back around. I'm glad to find that. I've had this knife for like 2 years now. I hated to lose it. That's so cool. Wish I could find my mic though. Oh, there it is. I don't know how I missed that. I've walked over this like 3 times. Okay, 2 for 1, kinda. And so I went and bought this one. They're not expensive. It's like 15 bucks, I think. Or I'm pretty sure you can get a pack of 2 of them for like 20 bucks. So my favorite utility knife that I've tried, and I've tried a lot. So moving on from that, in this leather pouch on my belt, I carry a regular Leatherman Wave. I've had this thing since I was 12, either 12 or 13. I've had this same one. So probably outdated at this point because this is an older one, but another thing, if I'm doing any type of work, I put this on my belt every single time, and I use the pliers more than anything else because I've got the knife covered with this. I prefer to use this for all of my cutting stuff because a replaceable blade is a lot more convenient than having to resharpen a blade. And then, it's got the regular Leatherman tools, flathead and Phillips screwdriver, bottle opener, can opener. I use that pretty often. The scissors, I really like those. The file, I use that a lot. You guys saw me. I was using it in another one of my videos to sharpen my chainsaw. I like the blades a lot. The little saw I use, every once in a while I'm in some kind of a bind where I have to use that saw. It's very worth it to have. It's very light. Touching back to why I don't need the Fastback with the screwdriver is because I have this thing that my brother got me for my birthday this year. And I've really been liking this thing. I don't know what it's called. It just says TI. It's titanium something. But you can see it slides open and shut. And it's got an array of different regular bits that you would put in like a bit extender or something. And it's got a small square drive, a medium-sized one, a T15, a T25, a number 3 Phillips. I put that in there. It came with 2 different flatheads. I replaced one of the flatheads with a number 3 Phillips because that's a common one for me. A number 2 Phillips, a number 1 Phillips, and then just one flathead because I didn't see the point in having 2. And so it holds all of them in there. It's spring-loaded. And then it also, you can take it out and you can insert it in the end right there, and then you can use it as a screwdriver. And you can also, obviously, of course, you can stick a bit extender in there if you have one. It came with a bit extender and then like a little sheath to carry it in, and you can put it on your belt, but I thought that was a little bit too cumbersome for what it is, so I just carry it like this. I put it in the same pocket as my utility knife. I just keep them side by side. It has the pocket clip, you can see, and I just keep both of those in this. I keep both of them in this side upper cargo pocket in these pants. And then in this lower cargo pocket right here, I carry always, I get made fun of this for a lot, but I always carry this 9-foot Craftsman small tape measure. I get made fun of for it a lot, but I'm the guy whenever we're in a room full of guys and we need to measure the thickness of a piece of plywood or a piece of glass or something, and no one has a tape measure on them because they'll only use a 25-foot tape measure. They think it's unmanly to have a tape measure smaller than 25 foot. I'm the one that has a tape measure in my pocket. Because honestly, at least in my situation, the majority of the time that you need to take some type of little measurement when you're off not with your tools, it's smaller than 9 foot. It's measuring the size of a little cut-off piece of wood, or it's measuring the thickness of a piece of wood or of a piece of glass or something. You know, you're doing a little layout thing. Whenever I'm doing layout on a door for hardware, 9 foot is taller than most doors. So it handles all that, and it's that big. So that's on me all the time. Plus it has a bottle opener right there that I actually do use pretty often. Go to food trailers. Very often they have bottled soda that has a pop-off cap, so that is very worth it to have. And the next thing on my belt is this little Spider Tools or Spider tool holster. It's a little locking ball mechanism. They started off with making camera mounts or camera accessories, I'm pretty sure. But there's this, and then they come with these little wrap-up pieces that you can wrap around your tool handles, and you can snap them in there. I have a couple of my tools, I put them on there, and I just put this on every morning. Got several things that snap into it. Actually very nice. It's very useful. You don't have to worry about it. It actually locks in. This is the unlocking button. Once it goes in there, it's got it has a little tooth inside of there that moves back and forth. It locks that ball in there. And then it's locked in, so you don't have to worry about someone coming up and grabbing your drill off of you, or it falling off as you climb a ladder or something. So there's everything all in one pile, so you can see what it looks like. It's surprising right now it really doesn't look like that much stuff, but it feels like a lot when I'm putting it in my pockets and taking it out every day. And that is a fairly significant amount of weight to carry around all the time, I'm not gonna lie. But it's worth it to me because that stuff, handles a lot of those little inconvenient tasks that you have throughout the day. My list of items that I carry has grown and shrank throughout the years, but it stayed at this for a pretty long time now. So this is a pretty consistent, pretty accurate measurement or example of what I'm generally carrying around these days. Well, I guess I should mention on my keys. So this is probably only gonna apply to some type of people, but in my trade, I'm constantly working with commercial doors. So I keep 2 of the most common panic device dogging keys on my keychain. They're very cumbersome. I'm not going to under-exaggerate it. They're very annoying to have in my pocket all the time, but it's worth it to always have those 2 anytime you're going in and out of doors. I guess it could potentially be worth it for pretty much any type of technician that's going in and out of commercial buildings, and you have a door that locks behind you every time you go out of it. It's actually really nice to be able to just dog the door down and not worry about it locking you out when you go outside. So I guess that's one thing I should mention about my keychain. Sorry that I can't get more into the details of that, but I'm scared of YouTube. Oh, and I guess one more thing is I always carry an Apple Watch. This is a very old series. The battery life is extremely short on it now. It can't even make it close to through a full day, but it keeps working, so I keep using it. But can't do anything without having a watch on now that I'm used to it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you have any recommendations on things that I should add. Yeah, let me know if I'm carrying way too much stuff and you think it's kind of ridiculous. I don't think that it is. I use all of those things mostly every day. Hope you guys found this somewhat informative or interesting, and thanks everyone for your continued support, and thank you guys a lot for watching.